Orcas Public Library again, and I have a story for you. I hope that you are thinking about your costume. I've been thinking of my costume, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You hopefully will come to our trick-or-treating event this Saturday from 3 until 5:30, and then maybe you can see if you can tell who I am. I love this time of year, and so at this time of year I've decided to do a Halloween story for you. It's a good one, and I hope you like it. It's called The Hallo-wiener, and it's written by one of my favorite authors, Dav Pilkey. I love his illustrations too. Look at those crazy dogs. Let's open it up, see if you like it too. This book was published by Scholastic Books, and we're going to thank them for letting us read it in quarantine. Let's go ahead. Enough talking, let's read the story, right? All right, look at there, open up. There once was a dog named Oscar, who was half a dog tall and 1.5 dogs long. And because of his unusual shape and size, all the other dogs made fun of him. Wiener dog, they called him. And Oscar did not like it one bit. Oh. Oscar's mother was no help either. Every morning when the dogs walked off to obedience school, Oscar's mother stood in the front yard, waving and called out, "Farewell, my little Wiener sausage." There she is. And the other dogs laughed and laughed. Most of the time, Oscar was upset by all this, but not today. Today was Halloween, and Oscar was thinking about other things. All day long at obedience school, Oscar daydreamed about Halloween night, trick-or-treats, and scary costumes. Look at him daydreaming. And when Oscar got home, he dashed upstairs to start working on his scary Halloween costume. But when he got to his room, a surprise was waiting for him. "Happy Halloween, my little sausage link," said Oscar's mother. "I've made you a costume to wear for trick-or-treats." And when Oscar saw the costume, he nearly fainted. It was a giant hot dog bun, complete with mustard, and guess who's supposed to fit in the middle? Look at it. Oscar did not want to hurt his mother's feelings, so he decided to wear the silly costume. And that night, all the dogs on the block gathered to show off their costumes. Everyone was looking quite scary. There's one, and you can see he's a dog catcher. Do you know what that one is? Does that look scary? And maybe this one. Yes. Then Oscar showed up looking quite frank. Look, he's carrying his little bag. And when the dogs saw Oscar in his silly costume, they howled with laughter. "Look at Oscar," they cried. "He really is a wiener dog." Poor Oscar was so embarrassed. Look at poor Oscar. Wiener dog," laughed the other dogs. So they ran off to go trick-or-treating. And Oscar tried to keep up with the other dogs, but this silly costume kept slowing him down. And all night long, the other dogs hounded every treat they could get their paws on. So by the time Oscar got to each house, there were no treats left. Soon trick-or-treating was over, and the dogs walked home past a spooky graveyard. Suddenly, a horrible hissing sound filled the air. The dogs stopped dead in their tracks. Then out of the graveyard rose a ghastly monster. The dogs screamed for their lives. They dropped their treats and jumped into a nearby pond. The monster moved closer. "Don't eat us," cried the dogs. The monster yowled and hissed. "Boo-hoo-hoo," sobbed the dogs. The monster jumped up and down. "Somebody save us," shrieked the dogs. Just then, somebody showed up. It was Oscar. Because Oscar was so short, he saw something that the other dogs had not seen. "That's no monster," cried Oscar, and with a loud bark, Oscar waddled to the rescue. Oscar chomped and tugged with all of his might. Rip! And there, standing in the moonlight, was a couple of ornery cats. "Help!" cried the cats. "We're being attacked by a giant Frankfurter!" And they ran off screaming through the graveyard. The dogs in the pond had seen the whole thing, and now it was their turn to be embarrassed. "We've been chased into a pond by a couple of cats," they moaned. But Oscar was a true friend. He leapt into the water and swam out to the dogs. Oscar's silly costume made a wonderful life raft, and the dogs climbed up. "All aboard," Oscar called, and he dog paddled back to shore. Look at all of them. And when they got back to dry land, all the dogs shared their Halloween treats with Oscar. Because Oscar had been so brave, the dogs changed his nickname from Wiener Dog to Hero Sandwich. And with that night on, nobody ever made fun of Oscar again. Happy Halloween! I like his costume. Did you like his costume too? Maybe one of you might end up being a Wiener Schnitzel or a Hallo-wiener dog. I don't know. But do come. I'm really excited to see you all, and I'm hoping that I get to see some amazing costumes, and maybe some that are so good that I don't even know who you are. That would be even better. But we still have a pumpkin out front at curbside that if you want to guess the weight on it, there's a prize for that. But Saturday is really our big day. I do hope we see you. You'll mask up and get a costume on, and we've got lots of books for you. So till then, we'll see you. Bye-bye.